Communities is a citizens organization, a nonprofit. We're based here in Minnesota, and we encourage a greater focus on transit use, biking and walking throughout the metro region, and also encourage government policies that focus development along major transit corridors. The Twin Cities invests far less than most regions of our size on public transit. We invest about 65% of our peer cities, cities like Seattle, Portland, Denver, Dallas. We think of those as our peer cities. And what they have that we don't have is a regional funding source for public transit, money that they can count on to build and maintain their systems. And that's where our region needs to get to. We need to figure out how to find that regional funding source. I mean, one of the big problems that we have in transportation in Minnesota is that we're still planning for and investing in transportation like we did in the 1950s. And we put in place in the mid-50s a system for funding roads, a system of constitutionally dedicated money for roads, and we don't even have enough statutorily dedicated money for transit. And so the road system can count on guaranteed money every year with some extra money for expansion, money to maintain and expand the system. We don't even have money we can count on to maintain the existing transit system, let alone plan ahead for long-term expansion. Certainly I would love to see us be able to grow this regional transit system so that we have more frequent service, so that we have more destinations in the region that are served by transit, so that our fares aren't so high. There are a lot of cities that have really good public transit, and from whom we can learn things about marketing and using smaller buses, better integration of biking and walking in transit. But it's not necessarily that we're doing things wrong here. It's just that we have not had the ability to make the kind of investments that a lot of people at Metro Transit and in the communities would like us to make. There certainly are some critics of public transit, but their story is very one-sided. They love to talk about subsidies for public transit and ignore the enormous subsidies that we have for roads and parking. And I think you'll find, and they've become quieter now since we started talking about this, that all transportation investments, like the Hiawatha line that we're on today, are expensive. The cost of this line is about the same as the cost to add a lane or add lanes to 494 in the southwest part of the metro. So it's really a question of, what are our priorities? Where do we want to go as a region? And I think that the critics are being drowned out by the success so far of this new light rail project.
What are some of the things that people can do, to make sure that we have a transit system that really serves us?
Well, I think for individuals to get involved with their city and to say to the city, what are we doing on transit? Why don't we have better bus shelters? Why can't the city print neighborhood bus maps for the community? Why are cities spending so much subsidizing parking and so little investing in public transit? Those are the kind of questions at the local level, or maybe I want to say neighborhood level and the city level. Those are things people can do. They can really hold their local communities accountable to be a partner in public transit.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time on Transit.